because somehow, in the moment that we experience bliss, we are anchored in our natural spiritual nature. In Raja Yoga, we believe that the Supreme Being is the one who remains an ocean of that blissful feeling at all times. And if we want to feel that bliss, that connection, that freedom in our relationships, in our being, and in our life, that connection can help us revitalize, recharge, and re-link with our natural joy. In the philosophy of Raja Yoga, God is that being of light who remains beyond the senses, beyond sight and sound and touch, beyond matter and beyond the duality that exists in this world of matter. God is that being who is eternally not just a force of light or truth, but a force of great joy and love. And the bliss of God comes because there is always an awareness of being complete, of being full, of being connected to every being and to the great truths of life. Take a moment now to just feel your natural sense of bliss. Allow that joy to just shine through you like sunlight in your mind. Allow that light of joy to dissolve any dark corners in your spirit. And reconnect with that feeling of unbridled bliss. Reconnect with that feeling of pure happiness as you absorb the light of God and the bliss of God into your mind. Allow the walls that have kept you from that bliss, the walls of forgetfulness, the walls of over-identifying with being physical, the walls of over-identifying with the drama of existence. Let those walls dissolve in the light of this joy and feel your spirit just like the rays of sunlight stretch out with that joy across the universe. Sense that freedom, that connection with all of life, and feel it in your heart. And as you rest with the ocean of bliss, allow these waves of joy to wash over your mind, even just for a few moments. To contemplate this energy of bliss daily, and to see myself as a spiritual being who is blissful, connecting with God, the ocean of bliss, is an important practice if I want to restore the energy of joy to my life. It only takes a few moments of this awareness daily to re-invite bliss back into my life. Purity is the quality of the innocent and the young, but it is also a quality of the wise. Take a few moments to explore this quality of purity. What is pure is completely natural. It's in its original state of beauty, totally unpolluted, untainted, pristine. What is pure is clean and clear. A soul with the quality of purity is transparent. There are no hidden agendas. There's no waste thought in the mind. The mind is clear, fresh, and souls are able to see through to the beauty of the soul. What is pure is also fragrant and fresh. There's a beauty that exudes from the quality of purity. There's a freshness it brings to any atmosphere, any relationship. And it's a great power because when a soul is pure, they're in their highest state, their original state, and all of their potential, all of their abilities are awakened. There is nothing holding them back. A child who is pure is able to fully celebrate the beauty and the wonder of the world around them. In this state of innocence, they are free of negative actions, free of guilt, free of the agendas of the ego. They are able to fully enter into the wonder of any given moment because their mind is clean, they don't think too much, and they're in their natural state. But purity is also a quality of the wise. It's a quality of the soul who has understood the nature of reality and who has left behind illusions and falsehood and superficialities in order to enter into the original truth of their being. They too are free of agendas of the ego, of negative thoughts. But instead of it being natural, they have found their way there through deep understanding of reality. How do we attain this state of purity? In the philosophy of Raja Yoga, we believe that as souls, like water falling from the sky, we first enter this world totally pure, just like the water that washes through mountains and cities and becomes brackish over time. We too lose our original cleanliness. We become layered in roles and responsibilities and experiences. To regain this cleanliness, we can connect with the one who is eternally the ocean of purity. In Raja Yoga, we believe that the Supreme Being, who some call God, some call Baba, some call Allah, is always an ocean of purity. Take a moment now to leave your world behind, to forget everything, and allow the freshness of this energy to wash over your mind. See yourself like a child, free of the need to be anything, free of the need to prove yourself. And allow yourself to absorb the pure energy of the Supreme Being. When we are stable in our reality of being souls, and when we connect with that supreme ocean of purity, our mind becomes light.
Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to Brahma Kumaris Silicon Valley. In the month of December, we start a new series, Ruler or Being Ruled by the Mind. Important to ask ourselves, is our own mind serving us, bringing benefit to us, or is it deserving us? Or worse, are we serving the mind? Is the mind doing whatever I want it to do? There are a lot of times we make conclusions, we make decisions, we want to stick to a particular habit. But if the mind is going against my choice, against my desire, that means I'm not able to rule it. I'm not able to get it to serve me, to do what I want, right? And especially if the mind is doing things that is actually causing me damage day by day. It's weakening me. It's causing loss to my body, to maybe to my relatives, maybe to the quality of my work. Then indeed, I have to do something about it. Before Brahma Kumaris, I thought it was impossible to rule the mind. And we've all heard, right? Mind is like a wild horse, untamable. You can't tame you can't tame the mind. You might be able to tame the wild horse, but not the mind. It is a monkey that keeps jumping. There are all kinds of proverbs that are used for the mind. But if we have the right technique, if we know exactly what to do, yes, it does require time and a little bit of attention. But most important is it requires deep interest that I want to be the ruler of my mind. And that interest develops once you understand what are the benefits you can get. What is it all that you can accomplish, right? They say the one who's won the mind has won the world. They say in Hindi, man jeete jagat jeet, which means the one who's won the mind will win the world, because the one who's able to control the mind in the right direction, they are going as per their desires and the mind is obeying, you will soon find that every person's heart you will start ruling. And as you start ruling people's heart, meaning people love you, they will agree to you, they will support you, that means you won them. They are with you, they are cooperative. And as you start winning more people, you won the world. Everybody you know is listening to you, and soon you will see even Mother Nature obliges. It creates an environment that is suitable for you. Time goes as per you. Time will stop for you. These are all the different kinds of magic that will start occurring once we learn the art of ruling the mind. And that is what this class will go through. It's a series of 3 classes where we will go over all of this content on what is the right technique, what are the advantages of ruling the mind, and so on. So as always, we will get started with a short guided meditation, and then this entire class is discussion based. Anytime you want to speak up, feel free to raise your hand or put your thoughts or questions in the chat. So let's get started with a guided meditation. Kindly invite you to join me. life is running and slipping by. It is so important to take out few minutes for your own self. Just taking care of the body, relatives, work, finances, or your hobbies is not equivalent to taking care of yourself. I, the being, who am I? What makes me comfortable? Comfort of the body is different. Comfort in relationships is different. What brings comfort to me? Let's spend few minutes nurturing our own self, because we are the roots. Every branch of life, whether it is relationships, work, body, finances, or hobbies, they all draw nutrients and nourishment from me, the roots. If the roots are weak, every branch will be weak. So today, I wisely pour water at the roots. That is, I take out the time to be in my own sweet company. Each one of us wants to be forever happy, forever peaceful, forever loved. This is because I, the being, is made out of peace, love, and joy. Body craves for air, water, because it is made out of that. So it's not about getting peace, love, and joy from outside, but it is about igniting a light within. That peace and I cannot be separated. Love and I cannot be separated. Joy and I cannot be separated. This is my absolute truth. And the more I experiment with this truth, mind might say, go and take a walk, then you will be peaceful. Talk to someone, then you'll feel appreciated. Listen to the music, watch something, then you will be happy. But I, the being, I don't need to do anything to experience my truth. I just need to be who I already am. I'm not a human doing. I'm a human being. The one who is already rich, abundant, in all godlike qualities. I have inherited these beautiful qualities from the Supreme. So today, when the mind says, do something to be happy, do something to not feel lonely, I will tell that mind, not needed. I will go on a walk because I enjoy it. I will give my happiness to Mother Nature. I'll spread my peace to the atmosphere. I'll spread my love to everyone. I'm not a taker. I'm a giver, a royal soul who openly, selflessly, big-heartedly gives, because it's my nature to be generous. I'm so proud of who I am. Such a beautiful soul, so rich, so abundant. Warm welcome, everyone, to class number 1. And today we try to understand why was self-rule lost, right? We are trying to get over our mind, rule the mind. So today we will focus on that and many other things. So let's get started with a question first. Are mind and brain synonymous? Question for all of you. Is the mind and brain synonymous? Are they the same? Om Shanti, everyone. No. Okay, what is the difference between mind and brain? If they're not the same, okay, what is the difference? Brain is logical, okay? And what is mind? Brain is logical. Does the brain have logic? Mind has emotion. Mind is the stimulus to the brain. Very good. Very good. Mind is emotional. Wonderful. Very, very important for us to understand these basic things. A lot of people confuse mind and brain, and they will say, my brain is not functioning. I'm not coming up with ideas. So it's important to understand the difference between the two. Mind is wakefulness of awareness. Okay. All right. So, important to see the difference between the two. Mind is non-physical. It is metaphysical. Whereas brain is physical. Mind cannot be seen with physical eyes. Brain can be seen. This is like you all said, thoughts, emotion, attitude, memories. This is a team, right? These are all subtle things. Whereas here there are 100 billion neurons, CPU of the body. It sends signal to the entire body. This distinction needs to be very clear. And in Brahma Kumaris, we are taught brain is the hardware. We all know that in order for a computer to function, you need the hardware and you also need the software. So brain is the hardware and the software is mind. So this is the body, the physical aspect, which has the brain. When the soul, the living being, leaves the body, which is mind is part of the soul and brain is part of the body. But when the soul departs the body, then this body is declared dead. And even though there is brain in it, there is no thoughts, no decisions, nothing can occur. Everything, all the decisions that are being made are at the level of the soul. And then those decisions that are made are sent as signal to the brain, which is the main CPU, right? Like the central processing unit of a computer. And then it sends signals through the nervous system to the entire body through the nerves to come into action. But all of this is occurring so quickly that we can't understand. But every word that is coming out comes from the mind through a quick thought, goes to the brain, then comes out as a signal to the entire body. So the function of the two things are different, and it is important for us to understand. So body plus the soul makes the human being. Just like hardware plus software will make a robot or a computer, same way, both the body and the soul together make a human being. Brain has its own importance. We are not trying to say brain is not important. Without the brain, mind cannot express, right? The soul cannot express itself without this body. For example, I can't speak anything if I did not have this body, this brain and everything, right? So both are needed. Their functions are different. Their importance is different. What do we have to rule over? Now we are all talking about I, the being, the self should become the ruler, and I should be able to rule on the mind. What all does the self need to rule over? What are some things that the self needs to rule over? Question for all of you. Senses, okay, external stimulus. Very good. What else? What else does the self, what all do I need to rule upon in addition to the mind? What else do I need to rule over? Very good. Words, actions. So if we think about it, right, like this is used in Gita as a analogy to kind of understand this, all of these things, tendencies. Very nice. You're all going very subtle and it is very good. But we're talking at the high level things, right? Like if you think of this, the kind of analogy that is used in Gita is a chariot and a charioteer. And the chariot is being driven by 5 horses. These 5 horses are symbolic of our 5 sensory organs of the body, which is the sight, touch, vision, right? The sight, touch, hearing, smelling, and listening. So, sorry, I already used that. And the tongue, right? So the tongue, touch, smell, listening, and the sight. These are the 5 horses which are being controlled by the mind. And we will talk about all of this. So this is the mind. First aspect is it needs to control the physical aspect. I, the being, who's the master of the body, first the body, which is the chariot, right? And this whole chariot itself is the body. Sensory organs are the horses. And then it also needs to control the subtle aspect of it. One is the gross aspect, which can be seen. The other subtle aspects are mind, intellect, sanskaras, which are nothing but the personality traits. In that portion of the sanskaras are in the subconscious mind, or you can go even deeper, unconscious, which is the heart. So we need to rule over both the physical and the subtle. If we start ruling over these, automatically we will be ruler. If my mind is in my control, then everything created by the mind is in control. And then whether it is the tendencies, words, actions, they will all also automatically come in my control. So I need awareness that I need to have control over the physical and also the subtle aspect. I'm owner of both, right? Because we have body, physical, and then we have the soul, which is subtle, metaphysical. One can be seen, the other cannot be seen, but both need to be control. Now, what are the qualities of an exemplary ruler? Because I'm going to be a ruler now. What should be my qualities so that I can have a complete kingdom which is totally under my control? So, what are those qualities that I need to have? Very nice. We need to also rule over anger, greed, ignorance, pride, and envy, vices. Very good. Yes. But again, all of these are being created in the mind, right? All of these anger, greed, all of these weaknesses are created in the mind. So if I rule the mind means what? All of these things will not be there. The mind cannot create anger. The mind cannot create thoughts filled with greed. So we are talking about getting control over the bigger problem, right? Then everything else will follow. What are the qualities of an exemplary ruler? Selfless, first of all, not selfish, okay? But we are talking in the context of here, ruling the physical and the subtle. What are some qualities I need to rule over the physical and the subtle aspect? Love, care, empathy, compassion, okay? Yes, we certainly need to treat our mind with love, our body with kindness. We do need that. What else? Focus. Okay. Yes. A ruler should have good attention, good prioritization, good focus. Very good. Be aware of thoughts and emotions. Okay. In addition, we would say that ruler needs to have command. They need to have command where they can authoritatively tell the ministers, tell the subjects, hey, here is this I want, this needs to happen. When the ruler is so authoritative, is so exemplary, is such a perfect ruler, nobody will ask a question, hey, why are you asking us to do this versus not? They will completely trust the ruler. So first of all, indeed, I need to be wise and everything. But in addition, I should have such kind of an authority and command that if I say something, it has to be obeyed as is. There shouldn't be any questions. Should be virtuous and fair. Very nice. Yes, indeed. Virtuous. That's exactly the next one we are talking about. Rules the kingdom with humility. So when I have the authority over mind and intellect and my body, that is not as a egoistic thing, but it is because I am the ruler. I know better and I will command you in the right direction. So there's a lot of humility in that ruling. It's not like a um, not like an autocrat or anything like that. It's not a monarch. And then there is a lot of kindness. With lot of kindness, it's not like, I'll say, no, 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 I have to get this work done, the body is tired, is in pain. I'm like, no, 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 you still have to finish this work. I am kind. I do look at what is needed for the body. I do check what does the mind need, what does my heart need. I take care of their needs and I rule them with a lot of enthusiasm. I show them hope that I can take really good care of you. And then I have justice for all, right? Like it's whatever is needed by whom, I will give it to them. It's not like I like my eyes more than my ears, right? Like, so these are all parts of me. I won't be like, oh, I have to take care of the body and body and body alone, and I don't take care of my mind. I don't take care of my heart. I don't take care of my head, the one that is making decisions. I have justice for all. My love is equal for all. My attention is all for all. I don't have any kind of bias. And also, I want well-being for all. I'm a very, very fair ruler who wants all of the ministers, three ministers of me are my mind, my intellect, which is the head that makes the decision, and my subconscious, which has all the memories and the sanskaras. So I make sure that the entire kingdom is filled with peace, love, and joy without any sorrow. So an authoritative ruler commands everyone to follow the directions precisely. Nobody can question an exemplary, authoritative ruler. So a strong ruler will fulfill everyone's need. What is the need of the body? What does the body need? What would the ruler do? What would an exemplary ruler do to meet the needs of the body? What is the demand of the body? Question for all of you. What does body need? What does mind need? What does intellect need? What does subconscious heart? What does the heart of the soul need? Exercise, healthy food, rest, yes, nourishment. Very good. That is what the body needs, right? It needs to be healthy. It needs to be in comfort, doesn't want to be diseased or, without any, doesn't want any pain. Similarly, mind. What does mind need? Mind demands peace. And that peace can come to be calm and peace. Very good. And that will come only when the thoughts are very nourishing. They're very soothing thoughts. Thoughts that are filled with criticism for others. Thoughts that are very judgmental, or thoughts that are giving up on others. Whether that person is really not that great doesn't matter. But if my thoughts are giving up on someone, then we can forget about peace in the mind. So nourishing thoughts, soothing, peaceful, loving thoughts, they are the ones that bring comfort to the mind. Intellect, what does the intellect need? Intellect's main function is to make decisions. So it wants to be so focused. It needs to be so broad-minded that it can look at the big picture and make the right decisions. I should never feel that, hey, what kind of a decision have you made? That was such a wrong decision. That was such a poor decision. So intellect, what does the intellect need? It wants to make accurate decision. It doesn't want to be confused. It doesn't want to be weak, where I know that I should be making X decision, but because I'm weak, I'm making the Y decision. I'm supposed to, for example, I might want to tell one person that, I'm very busy. I can't chit chat. I want to tell no to that person, but very weak, right? And the intellect says, no, 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 that person might not like you then. They might not be very happy. Let them come. Let them spend time chit chatting with you. That means the intellect is not able to meet my needs. So intellect needs to make right decisions. Similarly, heart, the memory part of our function, which is the lower part, right? There's conscious mind, there's mind, then there's subconscious mind, and there's unconscious mind. So this is where all the experiences, pure feelings exist. We want all of these feelings to be selfless, to be pure. So this is the need of the heart. So a strong ruler will know about each and everything. When will they be prosperous? When will they be healthy? Because when they are prosperous and healthy, they will serve me. If the mind is creating all kinds of critical thoughts, full of worry-filled thoughts, it's not going to be able to serve me, because it's going to be so distracted, so heavy. Can it serve the ruler? It can't. If the body is sick all the time, always discomfort, feeling very heavy, feeling always tired, can it serve me? No, it'll say, you keep resting, but I have so much work to do. That's okay. I can't do anything. So either ruler has to make sure that everything that I own, they are in a good, healthy state. I have to take care of their well-being. I have to know what do they need. And I need to give all of them what they need. Then they will serve me. Otherwise, they are not in a position to serve me. So this is very important to understand. And I myself, what is the ruler's need, right? I want to be peaceful. I want to be in my truth, and my truth is peace, love, and joy. So as long as I feel that, then I know that I'm meeting my own need. So ruler will not only meet everyone's need, but they will also meet their own need. Actually, when all of these things that we are supposed to rule upon, if I get them in a healthy state, if my ruling abilities are such that I bring comfort and health to all of those aspects, my ministers and my subjects, then automatically I, the ruler, will get what I want. So when I am ruled by the non-self, right, how does one feel? We feel very, very helpless. We feel extremely trapped, where we feel that, the mind, bodies, and sanskaras, they are going against my wishes, my needs, and they are actually causing damage. Anytime, a kingdom gets taken over by somebody else, that king will not really see this new place as their own kingdom. A lot of times they still consider it to be a foreign territory. A lot of the people that ruled India, they considered it to be just like some place where they could go and get all kinds of, all the things that were valuable. But they really didn't rule India in a very kind manner. Similarly, when we are ruled by foreigners, right, like we are ruled here by not who I am, but my own servers, if I'm ruled by my ministers, then they will automatically cause me damage because they don't know what I need and what they need. So you feel very helpless in such a kind of a situation. You actually feel very, very trapped. So being ruled by the mind, what does this really mean? This is important to understand. How is this mind ruling over me? For majority of us, the mind is ruling us. We don't even realize it. And this is one of the scenes that I see in many houses, including my house. For example, I'll see that, maybe the family has had lunch or dinner, and then after that, a lot of times they will have lunch and dinner watching TV, first of all. So they're already having something to satisfy the sensory organ tongue. Then they also need something for the eyes. They need something to listen to the ears. So mind is controlling all of them. Hey, it's telling one horse, you go and watch something. It's telling the other horse, you go and listen to something. And it's telling another horse, you go and eat something. And then it's telling another horse, you touch something so that you feel more comfortable. So maybe more blankets or more heat or more AC. And then there's not very good smell. So now if you give 5 horses 5 different things to do, imagine what will happen to that chariot. That body is being driven in so many different directions. And I'll see many houses where people will be running up and down. They just had lunch, or they had lunch watching the TV. Now they're watching TV. Suddenly they'll say, oh, maybe I should get some kind of a drink, maybe a coffee or maybe some juice. They'll run again, and then they'll say, why not get some snacks, some nuts? Maybe you just had dinner. No, that's okay, let's get something more. And after some time, another horse will say, how about you call someone on the phone? You're watching TV, you're eating something, you're drinking, and now you're also calling someone on the phone. This is called the mind is ruling you. It's making you run in so many directions. For what? A lot of people don't even pause and ask, why am I doing so many things? For what? I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm talking, I'm eating, I'm drinking, I'm touching something, I'm trying to smell something. What am I trying to accomplish? This is called total, utter chaos. We are doing so many things. We never stop and ask ourselves, why have I become like a wild horse running in so many directions? So it all starts with the subconscious mind. Somewhere in our memory, we filled this as that, oh, if you eat something, then you will be happy. You watch something, then you will feel joy. If you do this, then you will be peaceful. You talk to someone, you'll feel appreciated and loved. So all of this memory that we have of beautiful experiences, conditional experiences, that only if you do X, Y, and Z, you will get that. And then you will be having good experiences. Those good experiences drive the mind. The mind is the reins. And this mind, when it says, tell this one of the horse, go find something to watch. So we are flicking, that remote is being continuously, it's going to be turned, pressed and pressed. Find something else, find something else. And then the mind will tell another horse, drink, eat. Another horse will be told, listen to something, call someone, talk to someone. Now, all the based of experiences, based on which experiences were good, the mind is controlling all of these horses. And so this is the reins on the mind. Based on the habituated patterns, it's being pulled. So these sensory organs are the horses, which are helplessly doing whatever the mind is telling it to do, whether it is smelling, eating, touching, watching, listening. It's all being controlled. And the intellect, the driver, who's supposed to decide which horse should I give the permission to run and which horse needs to rest, or all the horses need to go in only one direction. I don't want to do this multitasking. I don't want to do so many things. That decision is supposed to be made by the intellect. But unfortunately, for most people, this intellect is inactive, totally passive, very, very weak, not functioning at all. And mind has completely taken over and is totally driving the body and me into many, many directions. I want to pause and see if there are any questions, or if you would like to share anything. Feel free to raise your hand. Any questions? Any thoughts? Is the mind bad then? We will get to this. We will get to this. The mind that at least I am talking about is not so good, right? Yes, indeed, sometimes the mind will also tell you to do some nice things. That is good. Like, for example, it might say, hey, that person has been asking you to help a lot. We've been procrastinating. Let us go and help that person. We can watch TV later. We can do everything later. Let's go and help that person. And if the intellect makes the right decision and says, yes, TV watching can wait, we should help this person, then you will say, okay, mind and intellect both worked well. And they've given the horse to do the right job. But what if that intellect makes the decision, agrees with the mind, is having more desire to watch TV and says, let's procrastinate more, this person can wait some more? Then again, the mind and the intellect are going against you. That is something that I need to think about. It's not really like the mind is bad, but if it is not watched, and we will see how, when does mind become evil, when does it start disserving us, and when does it serve us. So this we need to know the function of all of these things, right, and how they are interconnected to each other. Where does ego fit in here? We will talk about that as well. We will talk about that as well, and how it gets connected. So when ego is, you can see ego is in picture when all of these things are not functioning well. It means ego is in the picture. When I, the real being, the master, is awakened and recognizes the self to be the master, there is no ego. But right now, ego is prevalent everywhere, and that is why they are not able to control any of these organs. So how does this mind rule the self, right? Important to understand, how is this mind taking full control of everything? What are the tools mind uses to control our entire life? I have a question for all of you. How does the mind control us, our life, and rule over us? What are the tools it is using? Any guesses? How is the mind ruling over us? What is the tool it is using? Attraction, fear, envy, and competition. Very nice. Yes, we do get attracted very easily, right? Popular thought in the society. Okay. Attachment. Very good. I mean, if you go even more basic, comparison. Very true. Addiction. Yes. All of these things are types of thoughts and feelings, right? If we get down to a lower and the lower and the essence, if we come to it, all of these different things you talked about, whether it is comparison, whether it is jealousy, whether it is attractions, they are all, or sadness, they are all starting at the level of the thought. It could be a thought filled with comparison. Maybe someone checked on the social media, they saw their friend or relative do something cool, and then a thought comes in the mind, that attraction, right? Oh, they did this, we should also go here for vacation, or we should also go for this outing. And then that feeling of jealousy, insecurity, all of those emotions come. Our attitude, intention change, our perception change. It all starts at the thought level. And once this inner space, right, this whole inner space that is owned by the mind, through that it starts owning our outer space too. Once the inner kingdom, the mind takes over the inner space, inner world, then it controls the outer world of words, action, behavior, nature, relations. Everything is then controlled by the mind. And through this, it's basically controlling my destiny. So how will a person who's full of insecurity speak? They'll be always trying to please others. They'll be always trying to defend themselves. So once that thought of fear or insecurity cripples in, then all the words, everything change. My behavior changes. So basically, the way my life is functioning completely changes. But the medium for the mind to rule everything is it starts at the thought level. To thought, the entire kingdom of mind is taken over by the mind. Now, why is mind not a good ruler? Why is this mind not a good ruler? What is it that it is lacking? And that is why its rule or its kingdom is not that great. What is causing the kingdom of the mind to not function well? What is the mind lacking? And that's why it's not a good ruler. Habits, focus, is that what that's saying? Doesn't have focus, is that what you're saying? Okay, no problem. Distinguish. It's not able to distinguish between right and wrong. Is that what it is? The mind? Distractions. Okay. One of the main reasons how to do without getting wrong. Okay. It's confused. Maybe that's what you mean, that it's very confused. Mind is not spiritually literate. Mind doesn't know holistically what is good for me, what is good for people around me, how should I deal with people, how should I deal with Mother Nature. Doesn't have that unlimited holistic knowledge. It has limited understanding of the self, mostly filled with worldly knowledge, limited beliefs. With that kind of knowledge, it is driving all the sensory organs, it's controlling the intellect, it's controlling everything, the words, action, relations, everything mind is controlling, but it doesn't have a good guidebook on how should I govern, on how should I rule, how should I take care of these 5 horses. It's not a good ruler because it doesn't understand the needs of the body, it doesn't understand what is the need of people around me, or it worst, it doesn't even know what I need. It is trying, but its methods are wrong. It doesn't know everything holistically. So everything that the mind does is not bringing a lot of benefit. Yes, understanding. Mind is not virtuous intellect. Very true. It's making inaccurate decision. Yes. Decisions are actually made by the intellect, but intellect has become very weak also because even intellect is lacking knowledge and mind has become very powerful. And we will try to understand why. So the knowledge, we said that the mind is spiritually illiterate, right? It doesn't have all the knowledge. So what is the knowledge that it has? Mind is aligned with our awareness. Whatever I think I am, based on that, mind will function. Our intellect will function. So it is totally aligned with the understanding. Whatever understanding I have about myself and the world, mind will create thoughts that will be aligned to that understanding. So if my awareness of the self is limited, right? For example, if I think of myself as a daughter, I think I am a daughter. That is a limited understanding of who I am. Because I am also a sister, I'm also an employee, I'm also a friend, I'm also um, one particular nationality, I'm also a particular gender, right? So all of these things are really not the real me. Real me is only one. So ego comes into place here. If my understanding of the self is false, means what? I am egoistic. An egoistic person is always insecure because they are trying to defend a limited identity of themselves. An identity that has no equality in this world. I'm trying to defend that. There are 2 genders in this world and maybe even more nowadays. And if I try to defend, there's not going to be equality. And that is why people keep fighting over genders. And if I think of myself as a relation, every relation is different, their importance are different, and the relation changes based on people around. So if I think of myself as a relation, I can never keep my honor, I can never uphold it because it's a limited identity. So every time I think of myself in a limited manner, I will reach out to the external world for fulfillment. So this example, if I take, I am a daughter, automatically the mind will say, okay, the awareness is I'm a daughter. Mind will say, when will the daughter feel love and respect? Or when the parents are happy, when the parents praise, when the parents are taken care of. So the mind gets busy. Okay, I'm a daughter. All right, what else can I do for my parents? Oh my gosh, I have to make sure that they are safe. Oh my gosh, I have to make sure that they have enough finances. Now, suppose I'm doing all of this and the parents still don't recognize it, they don't even ask about me, then again the mind will create thoughts. You've done so much, you're taking care of your parents, the parents are not even appreciative. Now, the mind is now, only way the mind knows to be fulfilled is do everything for the parents. Automatically, it has taken me outward to the external world. Yes, I'm playing the role of the daughter. And yes, the parents have taken care of me all life. And yes, I should take care of my parents. But why is my happiness, why is my respect, why is my love, everything so dependent on that? Why am I so worked about parents, parents, and parents? Because I'm so attached, I am a daughter. Then the mind is aligned with that identity. All the thoughts will be aligned with that identity. So for us, some identities are a lot more precious. To some people, their gender is, they're very attached to their gender. Some people are very attached to the role of being a parent. Some are very attached to being the role of a sibling. Some may be very attached to being the role of a religion or a nationality. They're very attached to, I'm American, very attached to it. Then the mind will be busy, man. I am an American. I have to make sure that everybody praises America. Everybody says good things about America. Anytime somebody says something against, mind will full on with heat. How dare you say something about America? America is the best. See how the mind is totally aligned. Now, if my understanding of the world is limited, if I don't understand the world well, and suppose I doubt everyone, oh, today's all the people, they are so dishonest, they are so, not loyal, and they're so lazy. If this is my attitude towards the world and the people around, I will be in conflict with many people. Because I'll be either making fun of them, or I will not cooperate with them, or I'll get mad at them, or I'll be withdrawn around them. So what am I doing? My mind is fully aligned with my understanding of the world. Meghna's all kinds of belief systems have been garbage disposed. No more of that worldly understanding, no more of the limited understanding, no more of those limited identities. They're all garbage disposed because this mind is ruling me through that limited understanding. What happens is this habituated methods that we have built upon, right? Maybe because I'm so attached to being part of one particular religion. I'm taking all different examples, maybe one gender. And we get a kind of kick out of defending that identity. And it becomes a habituated patterns. Every time I put someone down based on, I'm this gender, the other gender is not that great. I'm able to do that, I get a kick out of it. It's a habituated pattern of thoughts that keep coming. Every time I see one of my identities in danger, it's all kind of agitative thoughts, saddening thoughts, all kinds of thoughts will come over. So it's very, very important to understand that. And we will spend some time understanding the flow of thoughts. And anytime you have questions, as always, feel free to put them on the chat or raise your hand if you'd like to speak up as well. Now, the flow of thoughts, very important to understand, because remember, our mind is controlling us through the thoughts. So let's try to understand a very simple picture. Like we said in that horses diagram, right? That reins are the mind. But who is controlling that reins? It is supposed to be the intellect, but the intellect is not able to control. Instead, the habituated patterns in our subconscious mind, right? Suppose I've been watching one particular kind of either a show or maybe a newsroom interview or whatever that might be, right? Maybe some kind of a political show, or could be some fun, entertaining show, or it could be maybe I like to read particular articles on newspaper, whatever it is. I really, really enjoy it. I have to do it every day. That has become a very strong habit. So even if I am tired, even if I have a lot of work to do, this habituated pattern is so strong, it will push a strong signal to the mind, and then mind will control the eyes and the ears and say, hey, you have to watch this, you have to listen to this. Everything else can wait. So now the horses are directed towards that habituated pattern, right? Totally directed. No working, no sleeping. You have to do this. This is what will give you joy. You have to do it. I'm tired. I have so much work to do. No, nothing listening. Here, what is happening is Now, this is what is autopilot mode. Habituated means there is no decision making, no nothing. I have to speak something, or I have to run and do something, or I have to behave in a certain manner. All of those things are happening in an automated mode. And every time a thought comes into action, it becomes a powerful thing. That thought becomes powerful because it got used. Why? After getting used, it becomes powerful? Because after every action, you have an experience. And if that experience, even if it is giving you a microsecond or a second of joy, it is a powerful experience. For us, even though it is 1 second, I watched something. For how many seconds did you get anything? Oh, I got at least for a few seconds some joy. That has become power. It gets stored again. This habituated pattern becomes stronger after it is used. And what is the intellect doing who's supposed to make decision? Meghna, you're tired, you're not supposed to watch. Meghna, you have other work to do, don't watch. It should be controlling that horse, it should be controlling the mind. I'm the driver, intellect is the driver. But intellect is instead agreeing, yeah, no, I know you have to work, but this is so much fun, it'll give you 1 second of joy, do it. So intellect is totally sleeping, inactive, very passive. It is letting the habits and the mind run the show on an automated mode. So majority of us are functioning our life like that. Now, how do we change it? We will talk about in the upcoming class. Any questions? Because we are, I think, all out of time or almost coming closer of time. Any questions? Anybody has any questions or anything that you would like to say? Feel free to raise your hand. Hero, let me unmute you 1 second. Yeah, you should be able to unmute. You are on mute, Hero. If you want to speak up, feel free to unmute.
Yeah, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, actually, I like your sessions a lot. So does my mom. But she wants, this is not related with the sessions today, but I just want to know that is there any Hindi classes going on where she can also log in and sign in and can join that?
We only have Raj Yoga meditation course that is offered in Hindi
Mhm.
that started yesterday.
Mhm.
And if she missed it, like we have it for 4 consecutive Saturday and Sunday. So it's
Okay.
8 classes and it's from 10 to 11.
Mhm.
Check it on our website. It's svbrahmakumaris.org.
Yeah, she has already done that. So
Okay.
this kind of seminars, she just workshops she wants to join. So I thought, okay, just let me check once with you. So
Yeah,
just
if
checking.
she's taken the course, the other thing is on Thursdays evening from 7:30 to 9, we have Hindi Murli class.
Oh, okay. 7:30 to 9 morning or evening?
Evening.
Evening. Great. Great.
Yeah.
So how can I get the link for that?
That is actually you'd have to contact the center. It is contact@svbrahmakumaris.org. You can contact, send an email, and they will send you the Zoom details.
Oh, that's
But it
great.
is being conducted in person in Milpitas. If
Oh,
you're
okay.
able to join.
Okay. And I guess during except Thursday, there are online online Murli classes or during weekdays online as well, right?
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you
So for
send the
that also
email,
I
they,
need to email them, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And if I want to join my 5-year-old, my 7-year-old kid, then what will be the I mean, is there any program for 7-year-old kid every weekend or something like that?
We have every weekend, but it is for 8 to 14 years. 7 is a bit too young. It is online classes on Sundays, 11 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of fun stories and activities and meditation and things like that to
Mm-hmm.
teach them different kinds of things.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So for that also I need to check it.
Next year you can enroll yourself.
Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Problem. Om Shanti. So this is our link, svbrahmakumaris.org. If you go here, you will be able to check out all the online session. There is Raj Yoga meditation class, then there is this, and then there are Murli classes. If you've already done the Raj Yoga meditation course, it will talk to you about that. You can also check our email address if you have additional questions.
Sure. Definitely. Thank you.
So just covering up this last slide, and then we will do a short. Actually, a lot of people dropped, so let's not cover this site, this last page. We will do it next week. All right, if you have a minute, please stay back. Vidya, okay, yeah, please go ahead, Vidya. Let me just unmute you. You have a question? Yeah, Vidya, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and speak up.
So I put the question in the chat also. So everyone says everything is going according to God's will. So what are we actually doing in the life?
Do you think everything is going on as per God's will? Do you believe in that? That's a big question mark. If everybody is saying it, doesn't mean it is true, right? There are a lot of things people say, but is it all true? Will there be so much violence in this world as per God's permission? Would we call someone God who is allowing all this kind of violence, misjustice, unfairness, all of these natural calamities, all of these are occurring as per God's will? Would we call that person God? So this is a big thing for us to think about. And I felt that this organization really talks so well about who God is and who God is not, what God does and what God doesn't do. He has all the powers, all the mights, but he's the most innocent and the wisest being who would never ever take advantage of any of his powers. If he wants, he can fix everything in a second, but he can't because he's the biggest follower of all the laws and regulations of this world drama. So there is so much more deeper clarity available. If you've already taken the course, then after the course, Murli classes, regular Murli classes. For me, all of these classes that are coming in the self-development series, they are coming from the Murli class. Murli class comes as a wholesale, it's like a lot of different things. Then we get ideas from that and say, okay, this is all focused on relationship. Let's make a relationship package. And we conduct a self-dev series that's totally focused on relationship. Whereas Murli covers everything. It talks about God, it talks about souls, it talks about Mother Nature, it talks about anger, it talks about focus, attention, fear, so many different things. And for me, from 10 years, I've been listening to Murli and I'm still so thirsty to learn more. So yes, I don't agree with that everything is happening as per God's will. I don't agree to that. There is a lot more to it. Any other thoughts or questions? I'm seeing another one on the chat. If a child fails class, it's not because God fails the child. It's because the child hasn't out in the karma of studying. So also any good stuff that happens is due to good karma and vice versa. Very good. Okay. You go deeper and deeper. So even the karma also, it's, it's not just karma. There is a lot more than that as well. We can go even more deeper than the karma to understand how every soul has a unique script and that they have to abide by that. Yeah, I think we are running late now. And anybody else has any questions related to this class that you'd like to ask? And we can take some questions that are not related to this class next time, just because we are late already. Anybody, any other questions related to this class? Okay. If you have a minute, please stay back for a short meditation. I, the being, is not my mind, not my body. I am separate from the mind and the body. I am not my thoughts. I'm not my sensations. If a thought is bad, doesn't mean I am bad. If a thought is good, doesn't mean I am good. Thoughts come and go, feelings come and go, sensations come and go. Doesn't mean my reputation, my peace, love, and joy come and go. I am the master of this mind and body. They don't tell me what to feel and not feel. I authoritatively command them to be in peace, to be in love, and to be aligned to my truth, to my law of a peaceful, loving kingdom. I rule my ministers and my subject with authority, but humility, because I care about them. When they are well, I am well. I'm responsible for them. They are not responsible for me. I am the master. And I give my love to them for serving me. I nourish them with my peace and joy and make them powerful. I am separate. I am the master, the one who is awakened, the one who has almighty authority. Thank you everyone for joining the session today. We'll continue our discussion next week. Hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Om Shanti, greetings of peace. Take care everyone.